Hi guys, this is an extremely delayed video response to Les at Awesompaintjob about my new painting station. I was in the process of moving my paint station from where it was into this corner in my game room where my computer used to be, and everything was in boxes at the time he posted his vid and asked for people to post their work areas. So give me a second here and I'll sit down and talk about how I kind of have things organized. This corner of the work unit is where I tried to focus most of my stripping and assembly and converting process, so I could try and keep some of the debris away from the area where I paint. I've got various small bits and tools over in the organization drawers over there. Got my small bench grinder with like a roto tool on it. The main reason I like it is because it starts off at 0. About everything else starts off at 10,000 RPM, which is a little fast for working with plastics. I've got a power strip over there. Anytime I want to plug in something small like a glue gun or a mini drill or something like that, it's handy to reach and flip on and off. Up above, I've got sculpting and molding stuff in the wooden cigar box, and some minis Deadline figures in the white box. At the very top you'll see a small shop vac, and the tube runs down the side and over at the corner where I can just lift that up and maybe clean any flashing and stuff that's been cleaned up, or a lot of plastic bits or something that gets to trashing up the area. It's a quick way to suck it up and clean it up. Kind of went with the idea of trying to label everything, since I never seem to be able to find anything after I've put it away. So there's a small micro drill up there in the small silver case, and there's various glues and clamps and paper clips and diamond needles and sandpaper and first aid for, arterial spray and that type of thing. Up at the top, a lot of sort of inspirational books, the how-to books on painting miniatures and making terrain, and a foundry miniatures book, and maybe some stuff that I've copied down off of websites. Some of the ball bearings that I use for shaking up paints, tapes and glues, and a hundred things. Of course, having some Star Wars stuff still on display. One of the hardest things about moving my stuff in here was I had an awful lot of Star Wars stuff on display I had to find other places for. Over here is a lot of reference material. It's kind of like some old Citadel catalogs that I've picked up through the years, the old Citadel journals and compendiums and that type of thing. Coming down to this level, I've got a Dremel tool and the new Reaper HD paint sets, hobby knife right where I can reach them, and down below just some of the stuff I work with all the time, the small tools and glues and that type of thing. Airbrush stuff is over here along with the small compressor. I've got to use that a lot more. And again, like I said, I tried to kind of get to where not only am I labeling what the items are, but then I'm labeling where they go, in the hopes that maybe I'll actually put things back where they belong. So that's kind of that section. And then we move to the center part, which is where I'll be doing most of my painting. I got rid of the small typing desk, that the drop desk for the keyboard that was in here, and thought that it lets me go up in there a little bit farther to be able to reach the paints easily. I got a small heater at the back there. One of the reasons that I wanted to move in here is a smaller area that I can crank up the heat a little bit. We keep our house pretty cool during the winter months, and I wind up not doing much painting at all. Got the aught light here clamped up above, and nice dragon clock to let me know how long I've been sitting here working. That little bottle over there is a bottle of Schlevo, which is a sort of a plum brandy jet fuel. It's ordinarily clear like vodka, but this particular one is a bottle from a monastery that has a wooden cross in it, and some of the stain from the wooden cross has bleached out into the stuff. But this is the kind of stuff that when you get your first drink of it, you realize it's going to be warm all the way down to the point to where you're taking your shoes off to check and see if there's blisters. And this is serious stuff. Then moving over here, we're getting into just some wooden dowels and stuff that can be used for terrain, and some parts cabinets filled with older paints. And over here, this part cabinet is filled with just tons of white metal miniatures that have been taken out of their packaging through the years. Again, getting in here, I've got the stuff labeled: rubber bands, plastic gloves, miscellaneous stuff, all kinds of bases, X-Acto tools. Good Lord, how many X-Acto tool sets does a guy need? I've got a small drawer over here that's got washes, inks, weathering pigments, and airbrush paints. This was going to be an area where I was going to try and set up some type of camera area for videos on miniatures. Got a small battery-operated camera thing there, but still don't have a decent enough camera to really invest too much in that yet. All my assorted brushes, good brushes in front in the X-Files cup, and the older brushes used for dry brushing and glue and that type of thing towards the back. And then I have this closed area where I can open and close the doors, and as you can see here, I've got someplace here that I can put in my CD and listen to my tunes. Of course, Star Wars CD player. And then the stuff I have behind here is to keep my little Rugrats safe that come over all the paint and things that I wouldn't want to get their hands on. It's more than 4 feet off the floor and behind closed doors, so it's still handy for me to get up there and reach them, but out of sight and of inquisitive minds and hands. So lots of storage underneath, drawers, and right now I've got a lot of my basing supplies and everything in here. So it's a bit more organized. Not as organized as I thought it was going to be, but like most of my projects, it winds up getting to the point to where I've got to get all the stuff out of the way for something else that's going on, so we just kind of get it thrown back together. But paper towel hanger, have that handy right above you where you work. I think it's going to work out well. Just got to get back to doing some more painting. So thanks, Les, for putting out the call for folks to share their work areas. Sorry that this is so late. I did really enjoy looking at the responses to his call. There's a lot of new folks that I found to follow that shared their workspaces with them, and if you haven't done so, I'm going to put a link below to the video where he asked for people to share their workspace with them. And if you could, show him where the magic happens. Hope all of you are having a great spring, and that you're into your hobbies, and may God bless you all, each and every one. I'll be talking to you later.